Hi, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 4 favorite movies with 6 honorable mentions, I guess. I was gonna do like my top 10 favorite movies, but I don't think I have like 10 like favorite movies. Probably some of the ones that I would consider more of like my favorite movies I actually don't own. So these are the 4 favorite movies of mine that I also own, and then like I said, 6 honorable mentions. I'm going to briefly go through each movie, when I saw it, and kind of like, you know, why I loved it, or like why it's one of my favorites. My favorite movie of all time is Grease. I've loved this movie forever. It's my best friend and mine's like favorite movie together. I would say maybe about 4 years ago or so, we went to a like sing-along Grease where you can dress up, and it's like a live action thing, kind of like a live action Rocky Horror Picture Show type of situation. So yeah, I just love this movie. I'm a huge fan of musicals. Next one would be Jaws. I don't know the first time I watched this movie. I want to say it's probably maybe about, I want to say like no more than 10 years ago, but I could be wrong. I love this movie. Me and my mom can recite this movie like almost like line for line. It's just so good. Next one is Rocky Horror Picture Show. Grease, Jaws, and Rocky Horror Picture Show are my 3 all-time favorite movies of all time. I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time when I was, I believe, 12. And then I watched it again in media arts when I was in grade 12. I fell in love with the song Sweet Transvestite. Like, if you ask my mom, like, I was listening to that song, like, on, like, loop from the movie. It's very much, obviously, like, a cult classic type of movie. I have gone twice, I believe, if not 3 times, to a Rocky Horror Picture Show, like, live screening where you dress up, and there's props and prompts and stuff like that. It's so much fun. I wasn't able to go last Halloween. I was sad about that, so hopefully I can make it this year. This falls under my favorite movie franchise of all time, and it is Halloween. This is the 25th anniversary edition of Halloween. There's like a bunch of extra stuff on here. I love Halloween. I first got into watching the series when Halloween H2O was about to come out. And I was like, oh my god, this movie is so scary. I was like, I don't know how I'm ever gonna watch it. So I went to my local movie store and I rented as many of the Halloween movies as I could, I think. I don't know how many of them were out at the time. I don't own all of them yet. There's only one that I don't own. But I rented as many as I could. I watched all of them, and then I was able to watch Halloween H2O, and all was good. But in the meantime, I did fall in love with these movies. Scary movies are my favorite type of movies to watch, and I absolutely love Michael Myers. In no particular order, 7. Amazing movie. Watched it for the first time when I was like 12, when I was babysitting. It just happened to be on TV. I can't remember what part of it I watched, but it was like a really scary part, and it just like traumatized me, and I was so scared to watch the movie like for the longest time. The Exorcist. Obviously an amazing movie. If you're into obviously like scary movies or like movies about possession, this was obviously kind of like, you know, the first of its kind, I would say. I remember the first time I watched this, I can't remember how old I was. I was no older than 12, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and my mom told me that there's a movie on TV that I should watch, and lo and behold, it was The Exorcist, and I sat there on a Sunday afternoon and watched it while my mom sat in the kitchen. I don't even think my mom has actually seen that movie, but she got me to watch it. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jessica Biel, and Mike Vogel, Eric Balfour. This is a really cool edition that I got actually at my local bargain shop, I believe. So it comes out of the case, it like slips out the side, slips out the bottom, and then it has this little case, and you flip it up, and the first thing that's in here is actually like this tin like thing. I don't know if you can see it. It's like really cool. And then so that flips up, and then this is cool, like, you know how they have like all the scenes, so you can like select a scene in the thing. But at the bottom, you keep flipping it, and so there's You know, there's like also like a making of kind of thing. It's really cool, but the kind of like coolest part of this is they have like this little like fake envelope of like evidence photos. So it's really cool. Like it seems like so legit, and like it was sealed when I got it. I bought this movie like years ago, but like, you know, it was sealed, and you know, there's like it's like a photo of like a rib cage. This is the bottom of like a shoe. This is like a little skeleton with some like sunglasses. This in the movie, if you're familiar with the movie, is the part that they show where like somebody's like hair, I think, was caught on that thing going down by the stairs. This is like evidence photo of like a sledgehammer, I guess. I'm gonna save the best one for last. This is like a thing full of like people's fingers. This is the infamous chainsaw, and at the end of the movie, if you've seen this movie, it kind of goes more back to some like police footage, and then at the end, the police are walking through, but then they basically get killed, and then it's like they're videotaping when they're walking through, and then it just kind of shows what they see like right before they hit the ground, and it's just like a still of Leatherface, and like it's so cool. Anyway, so that's in there, and I always thought that was really cool. I've never gotten rid of this movie. I love it. Silence of the Lambs. Again, I don't know when the first time I watched this movie was. Every time I watch it, it's so amazing. I don't know why it always seems so long. To me, it's only an hour and 58 minutes, but I feel like every time I watch it, I feel like it's like 3 hours long, because I just feel like so much happens. Obviously, Jodie Foster is like amazing in it. She's beautiful. Anthony Hopkins, like, you know, Hannibal Lecter, like it doesn't get any better than that. Now, I really, really, really love football movies. Remember the Titans, We Are Marshall, The Blind Side is really good. Friday Night Lights. I just love football movies. Billy Bob Thornton, and this one guy that I don't know what his name is, but I really like him. Tim McGraw's in this. It's just so good. Jarhead. I could literally watch this movie every day. It's just so good. It's like, it's kind of like it's like a psychological, it's very psychological in the way that it kind of shows, I guess, the mental toll that it takes on you to be in the military. And there's a quotation from this movie, and they're talking about basically ways to kill boredom when you're stationed, or like during deployment. I'm actually gonna find it because I want to know. Oh, that's what it is. I actually watched this movie like 6 years ago today, apparently. So the quotation is, "If losing his mind, however, no standard solution exists." And it really shows in the movie just kind of I guess the way that his mind just kind of starts to go, and it's just very interesting. And it basically just talks about, you know, no matter how long you're in the military for, you could be out for, you know, 20 years, and like the stuff that you see and you hear and, you know, you smell, like it stays with you forever. And it's just very interesting to me. I've always loved this movie. There was a time, yeah, like 6 years ago, where I watched this movie like probably once every couple of weeks. I just love it. It's just so good. So yeah, that would, I would say, be like my top 10, like a very loose top 10 favorite movies. I hope you enjoyed this video. Lots more videos to come. Probably going to be doing some like cooking videos and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. If you liked this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you're not, and that's pretty much it. So I'll see you next time. Bye.